Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down!
But today, with Dr. Arnault and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
A very good evening again, folks. It's Sholo Fort's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we're going to turn it over to public address announcer Travis Flake to give us our starting lineups. Benali, Reed, Daniels, and Wallace for the Sand Devils.
First up, number 0, senior Landon Lane. And we're number 1, senior Christian Smith. And number 5, we have senior Gino Jones. And we're using number 14, junior Jerome Hussein. And last but certainly not least, number 20, junior Jack Udall.
All right, it's Claire, Smith, Jones, Woodside, and I'm trying to see the last one was. We're going to go ahead and go with our Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center pregame. Summit Regional Medical Center has to get athletes back in the game.
What? Always.
As Coach, we have no injuries to report. As I'm joined by Coach Mike Brogan, we have no injuries to report tonight. Coach, correct?
No, nobody that I know. Nobody for Snowflake. They got their full squad from the first 2 games.
So that's our Summit Regional Medical Center pregame. No injuries to report. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. Ace Hardware with our keys to the game as we go to our Northland Pioneer College tip-off, but we got to go back to our Ace Hardware pregame. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key made any hour of the day or night, call Ace Hardware, Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. Keys to the game, Coach: blocking, tackling. Oh wait, that was something else. So we're going rebounding, shooting, defense, correct?
Yeah, early in the year especially, it's going to be execution, right? Who can run their offenses, things like that. Especially in Snowflake's case, you know, they were late getting out to basketball because of football. So,
and I was just thinking about that as we have Page put the ball away, and I believe that's going to be number 11, and he's going to put it up. That's going to be Reed for 2 points. As to inbounds to Claire forward to Smith. Smith now looking. Now Smith takes it off to Woodside. Good. 2 points. That's going to be Jaron Woodside. And Coach, really, our keys to the game in the beginning of the year, you got to gel as a team, and you got to play your fundamentals.
that's right. And you see some stuff. You'll see more presses and a lot more kind of open court basketball stuff. You'll see more mistakes, things like that, just by the nature of it being early in the season. So.
2-2 with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left. Our officiating crew tonight is Leroy Thomas, Jake Udall, and Mr. Scott Baker. And I know these gentlemen very well, and it's a great chance to see them on our game as Jones takes the ball. Jones is going to put up, we're going to whistle. No, we're going to get no good, as we'd like to give a special congratulations to Jake, our official tonight, Jake Udall, as he was the offensive coordinator of the St. John's Redskins, who just had their runner-up trophy handed to them. Came up just a hair short against Scottsdale Christian, but nonetheless, congratulations to him. As the ball goes up to Jones, Jones puts it up for, Coach, that was an air ball, but let's be honest, Woodside grabs it and put it back for 2 points. As we got Coach Matt Smith against Coach Justin Smith. So when I say Coach Smith, I'll have to distinguish which one we're looking as now Benally has the ball. Benally guarded by Smith, and we're just going to have to go over our Ace Hardware keys to the game for quite a bit of the night as that hits the cord on the retractable standard basket here as it's 4-2 Lobos. So, Coach, it's pretty simple. Our keys are what they are. As Ace Hardware has 24/7 locks with the next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced in the hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overgarden, Sholo. And for those of you listening to the radio, we'll chime in with some action, but I got Coach Brogan here with a fountain of knowledge about things going on. So first of all, we got to start, Coach Brogan, with your game tonight against Page. And for all intents and purposes, I know it was a home game and Page does have some travel, but you guys dominated that game with pretty much a 30-point margin of victory.
Yeah, we played really well. Page has been such a, they've been the bell tower program in the 3A for, upwards of 15 years. They got to the Copper Finals last year. So to get a win against them is always special, but to get a win kind of like we did tonight where we guarded so well, and really excited for the girls.
As Benally gets one in, and the Lobos get it knocked away, and it goes back, and Max Reed puts that in. As Woodside goes down, we're going to get Woodside, we're going to get an offensive foul, and that's going to go against Woodside. As Coach Brogan, congratulations on that game. And you said something that is interesting because I've seen it with sports here in the White Mountains, and that is Page has been on top for 15 years in the girls basketball realm. And there's nothing to say that they're not still one of the top teams. You guys played an exceptional game, and they made it to the finals of the Copper last year, and I think, Coach Brogan, you guys keep playing the way you do. That Copper Open Championship could be a huge goal.
Yeah, we got to improve still offensively. We got a lot of work to do, but the girls are hungry. They're playing hard. We're playing really well. The sky's the limit with this group, and so if we continue to play the way we are, it could be a very special season for us.
Well, congratulations to the Lady Lobos on their victory tonight. We're especially grateful to be joined by Coach Brogan as Benally's going to drive. Benally's going to be guarded by Smith, and Woodside almost has it knocked away and intercepts it, but it falls off his hand to his chest and rolls out of bounds. Ball belongs to Page. Benally to inbound. Benally inside to Reed. Reed puts it up, no good. Rebound, Jones. Here come the Lobos. Jones almost has it swapped away by Reed, and that's going to go inside, and that's going to be Jet Udall for 2 points.
Really
now,
nice pass by Jones there.
You've had a little bit of a chance, Coach, to watch these Lobo, the Lobo boys, and give us some points of emphasis on their squad.
It's a new coaching staff as well. A lot of the football kids, again, came out, just a couple of weeks ago with a successful football season, and so they're kind of learning each other. One thing that's exciting is they've gotten better and better each game they've played this year, and so I would expect them by Christmas time to be really tough.
Well, you also have a new coach this year as Coach Matt Smith takes over for the Lobos, and so you have new players, new coach, getting out late. Now, you pointed out something when we talked before the girls' game, and you've had 8 games and 6 practices, much the case of the boys.
Yeah, we went to a tournament to get those extra games in, but we even have an extra week of practice on the boys. They didn't come out till Thanksgiving week, and so it kind of puts them behind the 8 ball a little bit early in the season. But I like what I see out of them. They're playing hard. They've been really competitive in the 2 games. So.
As Benally inbounds, Benally does have it stolen by Jones. Jones goes up, and that's going to be no good. As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a foul, and they're going to put Gian Jones at the line to shoot a couple.
In a game like tonight, I'm really interested to see how it plays out with, Page has been picking up full court and really pushing tempo. You wonder, Snowflake's depth and their conditioning, how well that's going to hold up. Kind of the opposite game from what we saw Tuesday night in Coolidge was more half-court, slow, methodical, physical type. So it'll be interesting to see how the boys come out in this style of game.
Jones misses his first free throw, 8-6, 4 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the first quarter as Jones goes up for his second free throw, and that one's going to be good. That finds the bottom of the net and goes right through. As Page with the ball, that's Reed to inbound. Reed over to Benally. Benally guarded closely by Smith as Benally goes to his left. Guarded by Smith. Smith tries to sock it away on the backside. That's going to be no good. Benally with the 15-foot jumper, good. Rebounded by Udall. Udall forward to Smith, and that's going to be saved as it's over the top by Claire. Grabbed by Smith, back to Jones. as Smith's going to put up a three-point shot, and that's going to be good. That is going to be a comfort. Fit Dentures, three-point shot for the Snowflake Lobos, and that puts them on top. That's going to be 10, 11, no, 2, 4, 6. I'm missing a bucket somewhere, because I've got 6, 10. Nope, that's right. Score out board now says 10 to 8. It had 11 up there, and I went, no, that's not right. Claire with the ball. Claire over the time strike. Claire over to Udall. Udall to his right now, pinned in the corner. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going out on number 5, Dwayne Gamble. And it's going to go out on the Sand Devils. The Sand Devils come out in their black uniforms with their red trim. Some white trim around the letters there as Snowflake comes out in their traditional home whites with blue lettering outlined in black as Paige gets the ball. Benali with the ball. Benali crosses over. Benali over now to Reed. Reed now backs off, guarded by Claire. Over to Reed. That's Noah Reed. So we've got Max Reed and Noah Reed. Ball is to Gamble. We're going to get a whistle. And a jump ball as Udall came in. And we look at the replay there. Udall came in and caused that jump ball. And Coach, that's just aggressive defense.
Yeah, that's good defense. You could tell that the offensive player just was kind of shying away from that pressure. And the more he shied away, the more Udall just went in and went after it. And in this case, it leads to a turnover with Snowflake with a possession arrow on the jump ball.
Coach, one thing I want to kind of want to ask you is, as it's been the third year we're doing now, as Claire goes up, Claire's going to be fouled. We're going to get a blocking foul, and Claire's going to go to the line to shoot a couple. Coach, about 3 years ago, we went to the 5-team fouls per quarter rather than the bonus of 7. And to me, it seems to have sped the game way up, which is always a good thing from a broadcast and a fan perspective. Has it affected anything you do as coaching?
Not. Yes. We don't ever have to pull off, right? Because you're always getting the reset and fouls. So we're fairly aggressive on the defensive side, and we want to pressure. And getting that reset from quarter to quarter is really beneficial to us. We don't give up as many free throws maybe as we would have in the past.
Claire's going to miss his first one. Or he's going to make his first one. He's going to miss the second one. Gian Jones is going to get the rebound. It's going to go inside, but we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a travel on the Lobos as Braden Westover, number 24, checks in for the Lobos. And Coach, I always use the word interesting, but it is interesting because it seems that as we're going to get a long three-point shot by Benali, that's going to be no good. Rebound by Reed, over in the corner to Reed, and that's going to be missed at his air ball by Udall. And here comes Christian Smith. Smith forward to Claire. That's going to bounce off. Go to Braden Westover. Braden Westover, 2 points. That's going to be good, and he's going to get an and one. But it seems to me, Coach, that as you guys were aggressive at the start of that game, I believe it was AJ Yarn had 2 quick fouls, and they ended up shooting at the end of that first quarter. But it seemed to me that you're able to not pull off. And what I like is at the end of the game, it just goes to 2 shots. No longer we don't have the 1-and-1.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a tight game at the end, you want the 1-and-1, right? Because it allows you to come back. But for us, we definitely allows us to keep that pressure on. And some of that's our depth as well, but we're not really worried about foul trouble because we have enough girls on the bench to come fill those holes. So
Claire inbounds it to Smith. Smith at the top of the key. Smith guarded closely by Gonzalez. Smith now to his left, screened by Jones. Smith working off the screen, has it stolen. Now gets it back as Reed leans forward and loses it and gives it back to Smith. As Smith drives the lane, Smith puts it up. About an 8-foot jumper. That's going to be good. Christian Smith, 2 points.
A really good attack off that. He got a kind of a running start with the loose ball in the backcourt. And a really good finish there by Christian.
Coach, as Paige brings it down, I noticed that they're kind of content right now to slow the game down as Benali hits about a 16-foot jumper, and that's going to be good. As we're getting a whistle, we're getting a timeout. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in a little bit. The Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back, Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. As I was mentioning to Coach, Page is bringing it down, and they're slowing it down, and their depth seems to lend itself to that. And if I'm Snowflake, that's exactly what I want him to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Snowflake, they're a really good half-court defensive squad, even this early, and so if they can get that game slowed down, it allows them to use one of their strengths.
Jet Udall in the corner for three. That was going to be good. That is a comfort. Fit Dentures three-point shot for Jet Udall, 18-10. Lobos on top with an 8-point lead, biggest lead of the night. As Daniels is going to bring the ball across. Daniels over to Reed. Reed now has it knocked away by Jones. Stolen by Westover. Forward to Clare. Clare forward to Udall. Oh, Udall's going to travel with it, and unfortunately, because he had a wide open reverse layup to go in, is number 3, Angelo Martinez, is going to check in for the Snowflake Lobos. 18-10, minute 46 left here in the first quarter. Inbound is Benali. Benali slows it down. Howard being guarded by Smith. Picks it up a little bit. Now over the time stripe. To his left. Over to Daniels as we're going to whistle. We're going to travel. And Coach, that had to be dragging the foot.
Yeah, he dragged that, and then he picked it up and set it back down again. And I don't know if he didn't catch it cleanly or what, but it was, just one of those things, a little lack of focus, I think. Girls,
looking for a final. We don't have a final score, but we do know that the Tuba City Warriors defeated the Winslow Bulldogs tonight, as well as the Sholo Cougars defeated the Monument Valley Mustangs. As Clare reverses, left, right, he spins, he puts it in for 2. Landon Clare, the senior, for the Snowflake Lobos.
Yeah, I can tell you, Tuba City won 58-26 over Winslow. Sholo won 58-47 over Monument Valley.
Perfect, thank you. As Benali drives, Benali's going to have it hit. 20-10, Lobos up 10, minute 5 left. As we're going to whistle on the Lobos, and that's going to go against Jones.
Yeah, and both teams are doing a pretty good job of getting the floor spread and attacking those gaps off the dribble.
That is the 4th team foul. I thought we were going to go to the line, but no, that's 4th in my book too. As Max Reed's going to inbound. Reed now to Daniels. Daniels to the middle, to Gonzalez. Now to Noah Reed, brings it back to the middle, sends it over to the middle to Max Reed. On the far side to other Reed. Reed drives to his right, guarded by Jones. Now to the top of the key, Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks. Back out to Max Reed. Max Reed. Guarded by Jacob Caskey. As that goes to Gonzalez. Back inside to Reed, and that's knocked away. Lobos ball. Jones with the ball. Lobos pushing it really heavily here in the first quarter. As Clare gets the ball, Clare now goes to his right. Now he takes it out to be safe with it. Inside to Braden Westover. Westover sends it to Jones. Jones inside, looks left, looks right. To Angelo Martinez, we're going to whistle, we're going to get a travel. As I'm not sure on that one, Coach, because I didn't see his feet, but was it a slide or a shuffle?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it either. It just looked like I think he stepped left and then came back to the right and picked that pivot foot up. I'm sure is what Mr. Baker saw, but really impressed with the activeness on Snowflake defensively. Nothing's really coming easy for Page here these last 3 minutes.
And I look not sure of the depth on Snowflake. As Snowflake knocks it away, forward to Landon Clare. As Landon Clare is going to get a nice, easy layup for 2 points. Clare with 5 in the quarter for the Lobos. As Page now with the ball, 1 second, 2 seconds, we're going to have put up. It's going to be no good. We're going to go to break, folks. 22-10. The Lobos lead at the end of 1. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as the Lobos explode for 22 in that first quarter and now lead by 12, 22-10 over Page as Page inbounds the ball according to the rules of alternating possession of NFHS basketball. As Reed brings it across, Reed over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez now to Daniels, and that's going to be thrown over the head of Max Reed. Out of bounds, that's going to belong to Snowflake. Braden Westover to inbound. Westover, Claire, Caskey, Martinez, Jones on the court for the Lobos as Martinez camps out in three-point range. Now he goes to Jones. Jones look for a three. Now he drives. Jones goes up. No good. We're going to whistle. We're going to get a ball out.
We'll get a hand check.
As we're going to get a number 4. One thing I've noticed, Coach, with the 5 fouls is it does seem to be a little tighter on those hand checks too. And I don't know if that's a point of emphasis for the officials or something else.
Yeah, I think too, officials, when they see people shooting free throw after free throw after free throw, they don't want to call as many as well. They want the game up and down.
Yeah, Jones gets the ball there, inbounds, puts it back for 2. Sorry to cut you off there, Coach, but I don't disagree with you. As that is one boring game, is free throw after free throw after free throw. Daniels now with the ball at the top of the key, over to Gonzalez, 7:21 left, 24-10 Lobos. As Page drives, that's number 1, that's Benali. No good, ends up in the hands of number 2. Gonzalez, no good, rebound Jones. Jones has it knocked away, and we're going to get a foul, and they're going to call that on Benali for snapping the arms of Jones, as we see on the replay here. As, a little bit too much contact, as Jones does go to the ground. Westover now to Claire, Claire to Martinez. Martinez over to Caskey. Caskey looking for Jones. No good. Now Caskey puts it on the floor. Now gets it back out to Jones. Jones right side, top of the key to Claire. Martinez looks left, looks right. Martinez now over the top of Claire. Claire at the top of the key. Over to Caskey. Caskey, three-point shot. That's going to be in and out, no good. Page with the rebound. Rebound's going to be credited to, I believe that's number 30. That's Wallace. As Wallace is going to get the rebound, and we're going to get over to Page. Page is going to get the ball, and they're going to whistle Reed. No. They're going to whistle Daniels with the travel. Martinez now over to Claire. Claire across the middle to Caskey. Caskey to his right. Inside to Jones, knocked in the head. And we're going to whistle. We're going to get a foul on Page.
And Snowflake's doing a really good job cutting through the middle of this zone. And they're cutting real hard, and that's forcing some weird rotations out of Page. That's allowing Snowflake to get the ball right on the block, and it's also opening up a lot of rebounding opportunities as well.
Well, with what Page has, the size advantage does seem slightly to go to Snowflake, but Page has been everything physical to keep this game going. And they are down 24-10, 6:35 left. Inbounds to Jones. We're getting a whistle. We're getting an offensive foul. I think they're going to call that. Oh, I thought they were going to call that on Jones. That's going to go against Westover. That's going to be his first personal. That's going to be the first team. As I think, Coach, they said he pushed as Jones went up.
Yeah, it's his job there to kind of clear the pathway for Jones behind him, and so he probably kind of forced his way through that defender to get out to the other side to clear the room for Jones.
Benali brings the ball across the court, goes into the hands of Reed. As Benali back with it, he's going to put it up. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. The foul's going to be on Noah Reed, number 11, the sophomore, as that's going to be Page's 4th team foul to the Lobos 1. Lobos now inbound the ball with the clear favor on the board. Any foul, they go to the line as Caskey tries to shuffle. He gets it knocked away. Now here comes Page. Reed with the ball, Max Reed. Max Reed over on the far side. Now to the top of the key as Noah Reed brings it out to the 28-foot line. Sends it over to Daniels. Back to Reed, now intercepted by Caskey in the middle of the key. Caskey to Claire. Claire to Jones. Jones loses it, and that's going to go to Daniels. Claire tries to get the ball back, as we see on the replay, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. 24-10, 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 106.7 FM KNKI Pine Top Sholo and 102.5 Pine Top, a Kopaniki communications station. As we're going to have Jaron Woodside check back in for the Lobos. As Benali inbounds the ball. Benali over to Reed. Reed now guarded by Martinez. That's going to be Gonzalez, puts it up. That's going to hit out. Oh.
Yeah, it's a good. After seeing that replay there, I think Landon came in on the backside and got that thing tipped and knocked out of there. So we'll get that one.
24-10, Lobos on top here.
Page is settling a little early in their offense. It's just a 1 or 2 pass and the shot's going up, so they're not really getting anything at the basket. Just not patient enough right now. A lot of that could be Snowflake's defense has been really good.
As that's going to be Max Reed with the ball. Now, Coach, I turn it over a little bit to the action here as we'll catch you up on the big stuff. But, Coach, I, as a fan and doing the broadcasting realm now, I love watching the transition game, which is what your girls – and is that an emphasis you're putting in this year?
Yeah, absolutely. We're so deep, and our athleticism is really good, but we got 9 girls that can play. Well, I would even say we got 11 that can play, but we got 9 that play at a high level, so we really emphasize run. And that's why we pick up full court defensively as well to kind of complement that transition style on offense. It
does make up for some methodical play, but I love watching the girls' game. As the Lobos had a turnover with an offensive foul, the ball is now back in the hands of Page as Jacob Leduc gets set to check in, a name you're familiar with if you've followed iTalk this fall. As Reed with the ball, Reed now over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back out at the top of the key to Daniels. 3-point shot by Benali, no good. Out of bounds, but it's going to be out of bounds on the Lobos as Leduc and Smith get set to check in the ball game.
And a really good closeout and challenge of that shot by Caskey. He's got long arms, and that just makes it really difficult for those perimeter jump shooters to get anything up over him.
So Jacob Caskey, a player that might be considered in our Deemer's Glass man of the game. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside won 888 Glassman as Benali misses it. It's rebound by the Lobos. Here comes Claire. Claire moves it across the time stripe. Claire over in the corner to Smith. Smith 3-point shot. That is no good. Rebound is Braden Westover. That is no good. 24-12, 4 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the first half from Snowflake High School. I'm Aaron Hewish, joined by Coach Mike Brogan of the Lady Lobos as Daniels with the ball. Now Daniels hesitates back to Benali. Benali drives the lane. Benali left, right, no good. Rebounds kicked around, rebounded by Reed. Reed, 3-point shot. No good. Jacob Caskey with the rebound. Forward to Smith. As Smith might have taken an extra step, but no one else saw it but me. That's Smith for 2 points.
Really good outlet there by Caskey. He challenged the shot, long shot, long rebound. Caskey immediately looked up the floor and hit Smith in stride. It's a really nice play.
Nice little. Go ahead, Coach.
A lot of us see the score on that. We don't understand that was 90% Caskey, and then Smith just did his job finishing that.
As Max Reed misses a long 3-point shot, rebounded by the Lobos. As we come down with Claire. Claire dribbles and makes a devil miss and goes up and puts it in for 2 himself. Benali with the rebound, 28-12. Snowflake up, 3:04 left in the first half. As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a foul. As Benali drives, and he goes to the ground as he comes up. Actually, it's Lee for the Devils that comes up limping a little bit. Now, Coach, I heard you say outlet and talking about Caskey making that happen. That's where the transition game lives off of, correct?
Yeah, your first step is far and away the most important thing, and so we want to get out and run fast. First step, right? You can't walk into a run. First step, beat everybody up the floor, and then whoever's got the ball's got to be looking ahead all the time, right, to make that outlet pass.
I love listening to the inside on that because I think it's the transition game is a great way to watch basketball. As Benali makes his first free throw. Second free throw is no good. Rebound by Westover of the Lobos, 28-13. Lobos up as we go to Leduc. Leduc left side right hand for 2 points. Jacob Leduc, the junior for the Lobos.
Yeah, he looks like a football player, don't he?
Hey, I'll take it. And for those of you listening, you got to understand, Leduc went up about as smooth as could be. He was just left hand, right side, which I wasn't much of a basketball player. It's going to whistle, and we're getting an offensive foul as they're going to call that on Lee, Shamario Lee, as he's going to be whistled for his first. That's going to be the 15th. However, since it is a player control foul, we will not shoot.
That. Yeah, but what you did see out of Leduc was that just that really quick first step and out from Leduc, though you can see his speed showing up on the basketball floor too.
As right now, this exchange about the last 6 minutes is definitely going to be in line for our Horn Auto Center drive of the game, as we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a clear out. That's going to go against the Lobos. That's going to go against Jacob Leduc, and he's going to clear out the lane there, but that's going to be whistled. We're going to have a foul, and that's going to go back to Page.
Well, it surprised me a little bit. It looked like Jacob caught the ball and he got grabbed, but you know, it's going so quick and so hard, right? It's hard for an official to kind of see.
Page with the ball. Benali at the top of the key, guarded by Smith. Smith guarding him closely. Benali left, right, now left, right again, now goes to his left. Benali drives the lane, takes the next step, and it's going to be a travel. And he took that step before the Lobos had a chance to collapse on him and was able to get that, call that foul, but that extra step right there. As a whistle, we're going to get another foul on Leduc as an offensive foul. As that's going to be the Lobos' fifth, Page's fifth, and that's going to be Leduc's second. As Benali, no, that is Gonzalez inbounds. Benali to the ball handling duties, moving forward, bringing it up. Benali loses it, but now gains it back. Over to Reed. Reed now over on the far side to Lee. Lee back to Gonzalez, over to Benali. Benali on the far side. Benali drives, looks, goes against. That's going to be whistled, no good. Rebound is by Gonzalez. Bounces around, ends up back in the hands of, I believe that was Max Reed. Whistle, no good, foul. And it's going to go on the Lobos, and that's going to be Jacob Leduc's third.
Yeah, he might have a target on his back. They're zeroed in on him right at this point. But you can sure see the athleticism showing up, though, right?
You do, and we're going to whistle.
And this is where both teams, this is so important, these last 2 minutes of the half. You know, Page desperately wants to close this thing. If they can get it down to 12, 13 at the end of the half, that'll get them some, you know, positive energy going into halftime. Snowflake just wants to finish well. If they can push this thing up to 20, you know, it just kind of changes your mindset.
As Lee misses his first one, makes his second one, and like Coach said, 30 to 14, minute 25 left. As now Claire with the ball. Claire on the near side of the corner. Claire dribbles out of it, being guarded by Reed. Gian Jones with the ball now. Gian on the ground. We're going to whistle. We get a timeout by the Lobos. We're going to go ahead and take it too. As we look at the timeout by Coach Smith on the replay, as we're going to take it, show to the Show LaForge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Woohoo!
Welcome back, Show LaForge's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we're going to run down our sponsors here just before halftime. Show LaForge, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Horn Auto Center, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Allegra of Sholo, and Deemer's Glass. Looking forward to the Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show to recap this first half as Udall gets the ball for the Lobos, being trapped in the corner.
Yeah, Page has gone back to their man-to-man here and made it a little tough on that possession for Snowflake.
Udall throws up a long three, but it is gathered by Page. Ends up in the hands of Benali. Benali now over to Gonzalez. Back to Reed. Max Reed, top of the key. Over to Jacoby Daniels. Back to Benali. Benali over to Lee. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound. Udall and Jones were right there in perfect position to take care of that rebound. Udall ultimately gets the ball, brings it up over to Jones. Jones now to his left side. Jones drives the lane looking. We're going to get a hand check foul, and that's going to put Jones to the line because of the 5-foul alternating possession.
Yeah, really good aggressive take there. Kind of forced the contact from the defender in that, and earn himself 2 free throws.
Jones going to go to the line. Jones is second trip to the line. He's 1 for 2. As the Lobos have spread out the scoring pretty evenly, and Page just looking to try to get a few things going. As I'm missing a basket for them. I'll have to check my notes. I've got them at 12 points. And I'll check that at halftime. Jones with the next free throw. Makes his first one. And he goes 1 for 2 at the line. 50% on the day as Caskey gets a rebound. Caskey back to Claire. Claire, wide open pass to Gian Jones. Number 5 in the key, 4-2. 33-14, Lobos on top. 23 seconds left here in the first half. Benali with the ball, guarded by Smith. Benali over in the corner to Daniels as we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul on Smith. And that's going to put Page at the line to shoot their version of the bonus foul, as 21 Daniels is going to go and shoot 2. Page, no field goals this quarter, only free throws. 4, oh no, they do have one. I need to go find who it is. As Daniels with the ball, Daniels' first free throw is good. I'm allowed to make mistakes, though.
Yeah, and it was good pressure defense by Snowflake. I think watching the Mr. Udall, Jake talk with Matt Smith, just said he got him with the lower body on that.
Second free throw is good by Daniels. Lobos inbound the ball, 15 seconds left, 33-16. Lobos are up, Udall forward to Claire. Claire now has a wide open shot, and I'm going to say that it looked like Jaron Woodside was able to pull his man off and clear the lane as Benali puts up a three-point shot, no good. 35-16. Folks, that is the end of the first half as the Lobos go up 35-16 on Page. We're going to come back and we're going to give you our Honda Ski and Outdoor Halftime Show. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Hey everyone, it's the Name Your Price sales event at Horn Auto Center for the rest of the year.
Even on these trucks?
Yeah.
Even on brand new SUVs?
Yeah.
What about all these used cars?
You got that right.
Even on all these heavy duty trucks?
Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh.
It's the Name Your Price sales event and no reasonable offer will be refused.
So come in and make us an offer we can't refuse. We are Horn Auto Center, the Chevy, Cadillac, and GMC store that saves you more.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share? You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
This is iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store Halftime Show. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store south of Pine Top and Highway 260, just north of the Honda Casino. Okay, halftime, Honda Ski and Outdoor. I'm joined by Coach Brogan. Coach Brogan, overall thoughts of the first half?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the intensity from the Snowflake defense, especially. I think once you get, they're challenging every shot, they're rebounding the ball, and they're looking at getting that thing up quick. And so I think that defensive intensity is leading to their offense and has allowed them to get out and get some easy baskets in transition. And I think that's been probably the biggest key to the game for them. Not necessarily, not getting a whole lot of steals, but really challenging, putting Page in some tough situations, and then they're able to secure the rebound and go. So that's been the thing that's really jumped out to me. And again, we kind of talked, I'm a little surprised Page has kind of backed off of that pressure a little bit. I felt like early in the game, the faster that game went, and it seemed to maybe it was going to benefit Page, but Snowflake was the one that was able to sustain that through.
So to be cliche, if you're Page, what are you doing to get back in this ball game?
It's a hard thing. You got to do, in my mind, you always got to go and do what you're good at. I haven't seen Page play except for that first half this year, so I don't quite know what that is. We have one or two set plays that when we're struggling, we like to go to that to kind of get us some baskets to try to find some energy and confidence. With Page, their man-to-man defense to me feels like that's kind of where maybe that their bread is buttered a little bit. So I think if I was coaching Page, just from that little bit that I saw, I would extend that defense out a little bit, maybe half court, three-quarter court, try to force Snowflake into some turnovers and some bad shots.
Coach, from what I've seen out of Page is I think they can run that transition game pretty well. So run man-to-man defense, do you see them, because you're behind an awful lot here, you're down 19. Do you see Page maybe let's work on that transition game, because from what I've seen, they have an outlet almost every time. They just aren't able to get some of the offensive boards in.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Snowflake has absolutely dominated the rebounding part of this game, and that makes it really tough for Page to get out and run as well. If you got to keep 3 or 4 guys back, on the defensive glass, you don't get as many runouts. But I think they're going to need to find some easy baskets some way, whether that's through transition, getting fouled, or executing their offense. They're going to have to find it in one of those areas. So I agree with you. I think their size, their quickness kind of lends them to be able to get out and run a little bit. But if you can't rebound, you can't run.
Well, Coach, one thing I've learned about the game of basketball, and I did some officiating long ago. I know the rules, but I don't understand the game. And one of the things that I've learned is you cannot count on the other team making mistakes. You have to either, one, create the mistakes, or two, you have to essentially play your game. And if you do that, good things happen. So if I'm Paige, I think I'm going with exactly what you're saying. Stick to their game. You are down a lot, but you can chip away and get back in. Now, flipping the court a little bit, if you're Snowflake, a 19-point lead is big going into halftime. You had a struggle game on Friday. What do you do if you're coach Matt Smith and Snowflake to keep this going?
So these first 2 minutes or 3 minutes are kind of so important to kind of set that tempo, and so I would come out to see them to again extend that man-to-man defense aggressively. Probably they'll come up a little higher, maybe up to the volleyball lines and pressure the basketball, and then try to get some transition runouts again. What you don't want is to kind of come out stagnant, settle for some three-point shots, allow them to score 6 or 8 easy points right off the bat, get yourself in a 10-point game. And so you got to continue to just push, and push.
Well, that's one thing I've learned about high school basketball is you're a three-point shot, a turnover, a three-point shot, and an offensive foul away from possibly flipping the game. Yep. And so you got to create those mistakes. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here and bring you second half action. This has been your Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, fishing, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store. South of Pine Top, on Highway 260, just before the Honda Casino. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
This has been iTalk 1067's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back, Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we have our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. To tip off the third quarter when it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College, location in Navajo, Apache County. Snowflake controlled the possession as they went down, and let's see, it was Jet Udall was whistled, and Coach Brogan said something. Coach, go ahead and share that with our audience. The last thing you want to do is...
the last thing you want to do is kind of come down and run a half-court set, and you end up with an offensive foul out of there. It just kind of reinforces that kind of slow, lackadaisical piece that you want to avoid right now.
I love it, Coach, because it's exactly what you said at the break. As we're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a 3-foot warning. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
As Snowflake gets the ball back.
And we see that Page has come out and extending that defense kind of like we thought they would.
As we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a foul as Gian Jones brings the ball down. And I love watching the replay on this because I don't think that number 15, Caleb Nix, was set for Page after that. No, and so Jones going in aggressive was perfect.
Yeah, and I think he was there. He just, rather than taking the charge, he kind of put a hand up and kind of half turned the body away. And that's why that aggression will pay off.
As Jones' first free throw rolls around and is good. And, Coach, one thing that, like I said, I'm not the basketball play expert, the technique expert. But one thing I do know is you play defense with your feet, not with your hands. And yes, sometimes even your feet, as Jones makes the second one, sometimes even your feet get you in trouble.
That's right.
As Benali brings down the ball, as we're looking, as talking to Coach Rogan a little bit about his schedule, as they travel Friday down south to play an undefeated Push Ridge Lions squad in Tucson. So a great chance for the Lady Lobos to face some stiff competition, as anytime you play what I like to call one of the triple C's, Coach, it's a little bit difficult, and that's the Christians, the Charters, and the Catholics. Yeah. And you're playing Push Ridges. Landon Clare goes up. Landon Clare puts it up. It rolls off the front of the iron, and that's not going to be good. 37-16. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. As Reed inbounds the ball, Reed sends it over to Benali. Benali on the near side. Benali, NBA three-point, no good. Rebound, Jones. Here come the Lobos.
Yeah, and if Snowflake defense is just making, Page kind of one-dimensional, and they're settling for a lot of jump shots right now. They're not getting anything in the paint, so they keep defending at that level, they're going to be in a good spot. But
Claire brings the ball down. Claire almost goes coast to coast but is not able to finish. The ball's going to tip off one of the Lobos and goes back to the Sand Devils. Here's their ball. Benali with the ball. Benali over to Reed. Now to Daniels. Back to Reed. Noah Reed. And we're going to need a whistle. We're going to need a foul, and that's going to go on Jones. As Jones whispers an air of frustration about that foul. Although looking at that replay, I'm going to have to agree with the officials on that one, Coach.
Yeah, it looks just a little over-aggressive on that. I mean, you want to be aggressive and you want to get out there and attack. So.
I never think in any sport you want to sit back on your heels.
Right.
As Daniels has the ball now, Daniels sends it to Reed, and that is Noah Reed with the ball, and it's stolen by the Lobos. Jones with the ball. Jones forward to Claire. 37-16, 6:07 left. As Jones goes to Woodside, out to Smith. Smith looking for Jones. Jones posts up. Now he sends it out to Claire. Claire, three-point shot. Good. Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. Landon Claire, 40-16. Lobos on top. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 106.7 FM, KNKI Pine Top, Sholo and 102.5 Pine Top. A Kopaniki Communications station. As here comes Paige back. Benali goes to put it up. That's going to be no good. Rebound. Nobody grabs it. Udall gets it, and Udall slides it over on the floor to Jones. Jones now brings it. Jones to the top of the key. Over now to Woodside. Woodside over to the far end to Udall. Udall has a wide open basket, but he kicks it out to Smith. Smith, three-point shot. No good. Smith with his own rebound. Follows his shot. Puts it up. That's going to be good. Christian Smith with some fundamental basketball from what I understand. Follow your shot, good things happen.
Well, and this is exactly what Snowflake was looking for coming out of half. The defensive intensity is still there. And now they've added, push this lead up 7 up to 26 now. And so
Benali with the ball. Benali out to Reed. Reed over Benali. 42-16. Lobos up. Three-point shot no good as Jones gets it. Now, Coach, one of the things in any sport, and even a sport like volleyball where it's one side of the net and the other side of the net, and there's two sides not making contact. Momentum is the scariest thing in sports. Right. And we're seeing that right now. As Woodside misses, Claire gets the rebound. Claire reverse layup, no good. Udall with the rebound. Udall inside to Woodside. Now Woodside spins, turns, has it knocked. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. But that's how I felt your game went. Is that first quarter, that first 4 minutes, nip, tuck, and then you guys blew it open, and that momentum just built and built and built and built.
Yeah, especially when you're at home, it feels like the opposing team is just trying to kind of survive that first quarter and then kind of get settled into the game. And so for us, it was really important to push that lead up at the end of the first quarter. And then once we got it rolling, right, it was, they started to fatigue a little bit and things like that. So I've been really impressed here in these last about 3 minutes. It feels like that Gian Jones is in the middle of everything. Every defensive rebound, he's turning, pushing the ball up the floor. Like, he's really impacted these last 3 minutes.
Woodside misses both free throws. Ball goes back to the Sand Devils as they come down. They miss an in-and-out shot as Jones gets it. Jones tries to save it, throws it back. Benali gets it. Benali's going to actually lose it, but it's going to end up Daniels, and Daniels is going to get an easy layup. So, Coach, what you're saying about Gian Jones, Gian Jones could possibly be in our line for our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game.
Absolutely.
As Claire with the ball. Claire to Woodside. Woodside now back to Claire. Claire being guarded closely. He goes in, misses it. Jones comes up almost over the top and scoops it, which makes a loose ball. Udall pulls it in, but now we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a foul, and that's going to go on page 42-18, 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, Snowflake's just a little quicker to every loose ball right now, and that's that energy, right? I'm sure the score has a little bit to do with that.
Gonzalez checks in for Nix, as well as we're going to see Noah Reed take a little breather on the bench as Claire's going to inbound the ball. Claire, the senior, wearing number 0 for the Lobos. Into Jones. Jones loses it. Now Jones gains it back over on the far side. Back to Claire as Claire sneaks his way through, gets it. Claire puts up, calls a play. Claire now goes to his right. Claire dribbles, drives the lane, puts it up. And we're getting an and one as Landon Claire is going to go to the line.
Yeah, and they did it. They kind of cleared out that side of the floor for him and let him kind of go one-on-one. And he just beat his defender so quickly that helped. Certainly, coach is going to want help to get over there a little quicker, but Landon just was so quick into the rim. And there's Snowflake again, just rebound, tip.
Claire misses it. Woodside gets the rebound. He misses it. Jones comes over the top without touching the floor and tips it back in for the Lobos. As here comes Reed. Reed, three-point shot, no good. Rebound. There he is again, Gian Jones on the board. We have said his name a lot this quarter. Jones to Smith, Smith to Udall. Udall now drives the lane, puts his shoulder down, and he's going to be whistled for an offensive foul. And Coach, I got to agree with that one.
Yeah, that's because you're not a basketball player. No, I understand why he called it right, because Udall definitely dipped the shoulder, and he's the one who initiated all that contact. I like that strong move, and I would tell my kids to keep going. I'll take 2 or 3 of those offensive fouls in a game if you're attacking the basket that aggressively.
The only thing that scares me about getting an offensive foul, here's Page with the inbound, Benali to bring it up, is I go back to that momentum thing, is it can affect that momentum and it can totally crush it. And I hope we don't see that out of Snowflake right now, but Page gets the ball as Reed goes and scoops it up. Rebound is going to be by Lee of the Devils. Back out now to Reed as Lee goes up, puts it up. Shamario! And Lee, 2 points.
Yeah, that's the first possession where Page has actually got the ball inside in the paint for, I think, the whole quarter, and they're able to have some success. That ball's got to touch the paint regularly if you want to run good offense.
Page with 4 points on the quarter as it goes inside, and that's going to be Jaron Woodside, 2 points for the Lobos. 48-20, 2 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the third quarter. As Reed goes left, right, now it sticks out to Gamble, to Benali. Benali, three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Jones. Jones of the Lobos. Jones forward to Claire. Claire looking to direct traffic. Claire now over to Smith. Smith's going to have it, and we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul, and Christian Smith's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And if you're going to give a foul, let's make sure they don't put it in. That was a great job by Page. And I think that was Max Reed, number 4. That's only his second personal, but great job from keeping Christian Smith from putting that down the twine. It's probably a poly-cotton combo, though. Not really a twine, Coach. Christian Smith makes his first one.
Well, and again, that's just really good transition offense by Snowflake and able to get the ball out. And multiple players running the floor is what it takes to be successful.
Here's Smith with the free throw. Smith puts it up, and it is good. And Christian Smith hits both of his free throws, 4 points on the quarter. 13 on the night. I believe he leads the scorers.
And again, Page is able to get another paint touch, which opens up another good shot for him. They just didn't get it. But really good throw ahead there by Claire to get the Duke in stride.
Now, Daniels grabbed the rebound. Or no, Gonzalez shot the ball. And the rebound was, oh, there we go, look it out. The rebound was to the Lobos. The Lobos came ahead. LeDuc had a wide open layup. He isn't able to convert. He was guarded heavily. And now the ball goes out and goes back to the Devils, as that's going to be Benali bringing it forward to Reed. Reed now fights off Claire, puts about a 15-foot jumper, no good. Braden Westover with the rebound. Braden has it, throws it forward, gets it knocked away. Now Braden's going to get called for a foul, as I believe that's Benali going forward. 50-20, 1 minute and 19 seconds left, as Page is going to call a timeout. We're going to take it too. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. No, it's going to be a full. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. Cash back to you. Woohoo!
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back to Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as Joseph Benally is going to go to the line to shoot a couple as Page kind of stymied this quarter with only 4 points on the quarter as Benally's going to look to add to that. Benally's first free throw is no good. Benally 1 for 3 on the night thus far. And we're going to have Max Reed leading all Page scorers with 6, but a Reed chance to do that. As Reed does put that in, that gives him a total of 6 on the night. 29-point lead, 50-21, minute 17 left as Claire goes in. Claire's going to try to put it in. That's not going to fall. Westover tried to rebound it, but he's going to get whistled for a foul. He's going to foul Dwayne Gamble, and I believe that's the 5th team, so we're going to go down and we're going to shoot a couple.
Yeah, and was that Westover's 4th foul as well? Or?
They have it as his 4th, Coach, yes. As Mason Rabin, the junior, going to check in for the Lobos. As Dwayne Gamble goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is no good. Mason's going to check in for Westover.
Well, and you kind of like to have some of these games early where you get to lead up, you get your bench to get to play a little bit in the 4th quarter and things like that. It's especially when you need reps and things like that, it's kind of invaluable for these bench players to get in.
Gamble misses, let's see. Gamble misses both free throws. The ball's going to go back. Are we getting a foul? No, we just have an out of bounds. Jump ball. Will belong to Page. Forward to Reed. Reed, top of the key, guarded very closely by Claire. Now Reed goes to his right, throws it over to, I can't see who that was. I think that was Wallace. Forward, and so close to Smith. Rolls out of his fingers. 50-21, 54 seconds left. Lobos 29-point lead. Gonzalez to Benally to inbound. Smith's going to pick him up at half court. Christian Smith, the senior for the Snowflake Lobos, I believe leading all scorers currently.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good game, especially offensively. He's made a couple of threes. He's had a couple of good basket attacks as well.
Wallace with the rebound, goes out, sends it to Gonzalez, now in the hands of Benally. Benally to Gamble. Gamble, three-point shot, good. Comfort Fit Dentures, three-point shot. And if you're Page, that could not have come at a better time, 50-24. Lobos on top as the ball goes to Rabin. Rabin spins. Rabin looks now out to Claire, but it is knocked away by Gonzalez. It's going to belong to the Lobos. 18 seconds left, 50-24. Great job there by Benally to come over and knock that. I believe that was, I said Gonzalez, it was Benally. That's on the far side of the court, and I'm watching 2 monitors here trying to make sure I get it right, and I still get it wrong. Rabin inbounds, or excuse me, Claire inbounds to Rabin. Rabin loses it, ball's out of bounds. That's going to go, and it's going to stay and go to Page as Page going towards the south end of the den here at Snowflake High School, 50-24. 14 seconds left. And we're going to whistle, we're going to get a timeout, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take it as well, the Show LaForge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hey everyone, it's the Name Your Price sales event at Horn Auto Center for the rest of the year.
Even on these trucks?
Yeah.
Even on brand new SUVs?
Yeah.
What about all these used cars?
You got that right.
Even on all these heavy-duty trucks?
Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh.
It's the Name Your Price sales event, and no reasonable offer will be refused.
So come in and make us an offer we can't refuse. We are Horn Auto Center, the Chevy, Cadillac, and GMC store that saves you more.
We tried to schedule all the...
Welcome back, Show LaForge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com, and I'm just talking with Coach Brogan here about his matchup Friday against the Push Ridge Christian Lions, and knows the coach down there, and Coach Brogan, it'll be a girls-only game. Coach Brogan, knowing the coach setting this up because just telling me that he feels Push Ridge is the best 3A team down south. So as Landon Clare gets a steal over forward to Leduc, Leduc puts it up, no good. Rebound back to Page. Now Leduc gets it again, and we're going to whistle, we're going to get a foul. So Coach, talk about your matchup Friday as it's 50-24, 3 seconds left here in the quarter.
Yeah, Push Ridge, they're 6-0 right now. They just beat Seton Catholic tonight. So
who was a powerhouse in girls basketball.
Yeah, they were 4A. They'd won. I know Coach Self, and just talking to her, I think she's won 12 state titles in her career.
11 or 12. I saw an article on her the other day.
Yeah, and so that's a really good win for them. And so we tried to get all the Division winners on our schedule, so that's why we have Page, Tuba City, and Chinley from the north. We have Payson from one of the metros. We got Valley Christian from one, and then we got Pushridge from the south. So,
and as Wallace misses both free throws, but you match up with Payson. And Coach, let's remind everyone listening that you guys defeated Payson last year in the 3A championship, and congratulations on that. But as I talk to you, that's not even a thought right now, as you are so moving forward. As we're going to have the desperation toss, that's going to be missed. But we're going to go ahead and take a break, folks. We're going to come back and bring you fourth quarter action as it's 50-24 in favor of the Snowflake Lobos. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Welcome back. Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com is the alternating possession favoring the Lobos to start this quarter up 50-24 as Landon Clare over the top to Angelo Martinez. And Coach, we got cut off there, but you talked about getting the division winners on your schedule. Yep. And so you have Chinley, Tuba, Payson. We talked about Payson a little bit, but you also schedule Pushridge.
Yeah, and we also have Valley Christian, and they should win their section. Them or Coolidge. And so we have...
you have both of those because you played Coolidge. And that's a good way to rotate the state.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we played it last year, and we played every conference winner except for the West, and we just, Catholics, too far.
Coach, that's only a 7-hour drive.
We actually did reach out to them, and their coach said, no, it's a little too far. So
yeah, I think if you could meet at a neutral site, which I'm not opposed to, but it's almost be nice if you could get in a tournament with them. As Reed has the ball for the Sand Devils, out to Benally. Benally at the top of the key, guarded by Clare. Now Benally with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Over now to Gamble. Reed with the ball. Reed inside to Wallace. Wallace, fadeaway jump shot, no good. Rebound, Liam Brewer of the Lobos. And Liam gets tied up, and the alternating possession now favoring Page. 50-24, Lobos on top, 7:09 left here in this fourth quarter action as just past 8:30 on the clock, so a pretty fast-moving game is Benally with the 3. And that's going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot for Joseph Benally. As here comes Page with steal, Benally with the steal. Back as he puts it up. As we're going to whistle, we're going to get a timeout by Coach Smith. We're going to take it to the Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share? You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
Welcome back. Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as the Snowflake Lobos up 50-29 on the Page Sand Devils. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the game as Caskey now to Brewer. Some new names and familiar names for the Lobos as Caskey dribbles left, dribbles right, Now looks, and he has it stripped away. Not stripped away, but thrown away. Gamble intercepts it. Gamble's going to fall, and he's going to slip on that pivot foot. And he slips about a half an inch, just enough for the officials to call that a traveling.
Yeah, he just lost his balance there trying to change directions or stop, but
nonetheless, a violation.
Yeah, tough break for them. It was their chance to get it under 20. And
Caskey with the ball now to Claire. Claire puts up a three-point shot. Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. Landon Claire for the Snowflake Lobos. Claire with 15 points on the night. Landon Claire. As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a foul. And that's going to be called a flop.
It's a violation, yeah.
And they're going to call a flop on Benali. And that is not a foul, it is a violation.
Yeah, you get awarded
before it goes to a technical.
Second one's a technical foul. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Claire brings up the ball.
Yeah, and I thought he clipped him a little bit on the way by. I think he did exaggerate it.
As Claire drives the lane, puts it up, he's going to be fouled, and that's going to be a three-point play for Claire. And I don't know if we have that handy, but if we have that replay of the three-point shot where we could see what, and we've got Claire shooting it, and he goes, whoa.
Yeah, he clips that.
He does clip him a little bit. I think the angle of the official was different than what we saw as Claire misses his free throw, 55-29.
Yeah, and he may have thought that the player kicked his leg out on purpose to draw the contact as well. That's kind of an NBA thing to do now. And so, potentially that's what he saw as well. But
Coach, you can't say an NBA thing to do because, and I joke with in football we have, as I didn't even see who put that one in for the Lobos.
A lob entry on the inbounds to Gian.
To Gian Jones puts it in for two. And, I tell people in football we have Friday rules, Saturday rules, and Sunday rules.
That's right.
Basketball, there's no different. We have NFHS, NCAA, and NBA. And all of them have their court. It's all basketball.
Yeah,
it's all basketball.
The
but
NBA's got some of those crappy gather steps that allow you to travel.
Well, as Gian Jones gets a pass from Landon Clare, and he puts it in for 2 points as we get a running clock here, and you even hear the student section. That's when you know you have an educated fan base when you see that 30 seconds is 5 minutes and 13 seconds left as Benali puts on a long three, and I thought there might have been a little hand contact there. As here's Jones. Jones drives. That's going to be up smooth. Gian Jones for two.
And as I would expect here, I think Coach Matt's going to empty his bench here now that the clock's been running. And so
61-29, Lobos on top. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. It is a running clock till the last minute of the game. Gamble with the ball. Gamble puts it up. No good. Rebound Jones. Jones forward to Claire. Claire right, left. Now he's over on the far side, bringing it towards the middle. Claire back to Brewer. Brewer's going to put up a three-point shot. Liam Brewer, no good rebound. Wallace. Wallace forward to Reed. Reed sends it forward. That's going to go right into the hands. A great pass right into the hands of Gamble. Gamble's going to get 2 points. We're going to do a whistle. We're going to get a foul. And we're going to go ahead and take it as well. 30-second timeout. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Welcome back, Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as Snowflake has Brewer, Rabin, Caskey, Westover, and Irvin King for the Lobos as King gets the ball. King to Brewer. Brewer has it stolen. Reed. As King, the pass to Brewer is stolen, and Reed goes up. 2 points for Reed. 61-33, 4 minutes and 4 seconds left here at the Den at Snowflake High School. Brewer. Brewer at the top of the key. Brewer drives left, drives right. Finds Caskey. Caskey goes up, and we're going to get an offensive foul, and that's going to be on Caskey as he goes and
Yeah, it looks like
It looks like, yep, I agree with you, Coach. As we look on our replay, for those of you on radio, he kind of leaned in as the other player has the principle of verticality, if I remember that, calling him that. I don't remember that, Coach. It's been so long since I
called. And
called.
another defender making a play on the ball, so I think a lot of eyes were drawn to the attempted shot block, but that secondary defender was in good position and did a good job taking the charge.
Wallace fights for the rebound. It goes around. Now he's going to be fouled, and it's going to be a foul on the Lobos, which gives the ball to Page and Benali. Joseph Benali is going to inbound. As folks, stay tuned for our post-game show where we have our Horn Auto Center drive of the game, our Deemer's Glass man of the game, and our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. And for probably going to come from the Lobos tonight, we look at Gian Jones and what he's done, but we also can't, that's a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer by Max Reed. As we can't underestimate what Landon Clare has done tonight, and Gian Jones as well. So those two in the running for our player of the game and Glassman of the game, as Caskey gets it and puts it back. That is Jacob Caskey, 2 points for the Lobos. 63-36, 2 minutes and 26 seconds left here in the ball game. As I'm Aaron Hughes, joined by Mike Rogan, as Dwayne Gamble hits down another Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer. I failed to mention our Northland Pioneer College tip-off to start the fourth quarter. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College as King misses it. Westover knocked away by Page, intended for King. However, King just lets it go out of bounds. Ball's going to roll and going to go back to Pages. Coach, let's look forward to our post-game show. Claire is probably our leading point scorer. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 17 for Claire. Jones has a really good night. Jones with 14 unofficially. Jones with 14. So I think Jones, the way he's played, is probably looking to be our glass man of the game. And Claire, by just the way he brings the ball up and moves it, is probably going to be our player of the game.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. I think both of those things that you said, it's more than just the scoring. I mean, Landon's controlled the offense. He's been really good at getting the ball pushed up the floor, makes the ball goes to the right spots, taking some timely shots. But Gian was, that third quarter, I mean, I think he had 6 or 7 straight rebounds in there as well. So they're both doing, most coaches don't rely on any one player to score, but they do rely on Jones to rebound. They do rely on Claire to take care of the basketball. So they both did their job really well, and then the scoring came with it tonight as well.
Coach, looking back at your game, West had 9.
Yeah,
but you cannot underestimate her contribution offensively, defensively, and let's talk about offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds for West tonight. Same type of thing as Lobos get the ball, 46 seconds left, 63-39.
And she was just a problem, right? And that's what you get with Gian is you kind of take some of that focal point away from the other team, and they're so focused on that one player that kind of opens things up for everybody else as well.
30 seconds left, 63-39, Page with the ball. As we see some unfamiliar names as Owen Sombrero comes in the game. As that's number 12, Preston Ross with the ball as that goes out, and I believe that's number 33. I'm not sure. 25, no. That's Mario Lee, and that's going to be number 20. Owen Sombrero with a three-point shot. And expired, we're going to have time. We're going to go ahead, folks, and go straight to our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show for Aaron Hewish, joined by Mike Rogan. We've had Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com, and we're going to head now to our post-game wrap-up. As we got to talk about the play of the Snowflake Lobos tonight. 63-42 is the final. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit as I'm going to try to grab our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. As we're going to go ahead and wrap up some as for the Page Sand Devils tonight, a tough night, scoring 42. The Lobos just too much. However, Max Reed, 11 points on the night, having a great game for the Sand Devils. Just couldn't get things going offensively. as we're going to go right now to our Horn Auto Center drive of the game. And our Horn Auto Center drive of the game is going to be that first quarter with the Lobos putting up 22 points. And that's going to be our Horn Auto Center drive of the game, the Cadillac GMC store that saves you more. Now we're going over to our our Deemer's Glass Man of the game. When you need glass for your home or business, call Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888-GLASSMAN. And our Deemer's Glass Man of the game is going to be Gian Jones. He was all over, rebounding everywhere, and just had a fantastic game. So Deemer's Glass, need glass for your home or business. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. We need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN. Now for our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game, and I'm joined tonight by that young man, number 0, the senior for the Snowflake Lobos, Landon Clare. Great job tonight, Landon.
Thank you.
So first thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about your play. You led the team in points, but points almost insignificant tonight by the amount of margin you guys came up with. You controlled the ball almost every time you guys were up and down the court when you were in the game. Talk about what you do to control that game.
I don't know. We try to slow things down. We've had a couple. We rushed ourselves in our first 2 games, which, as you saw, I had 2 bad turnovers within the first couple minutes. But taking up the ball, we get into secondary, we get into our offense, and that just gets us going from there.
Talk about the play of some of your teammates tonight. Specifically, let's talk about Gian Jones first.
Gion's everywhere. He's really a dog. We don't have much size this year, but he's on the boards every time. He's running down the court. He's getting fast breaks. He's assisting. He's doing everything we need.
Well, okay, Gian was everywhere, but another player that was everywhere for you guys was Christian Smith tonight.
Christian's defense, number 1, he's a great player. He's really competitive. I don't know how many points he had, but Christian held him, and he's been averaging like 20 points a game, and we held him, and I think that's really what sparked the lead for us.
Okay, so you guys had a rough night Friday night, and you move forward with the big win tonight, and now you roll into the Pepsi tournament, which that Pepsi tournament, you're always going to get some competition that you should beat, but you're always going to be tested a little bit. What are you expecting to see out of the Pepsi tournament this weekend?
Just to get a lot of games. The football players, they've had like a week of practice. That's it. We just need a lot of games. We don't have team chemistry down yet. Just a lot of games under our belt, and then hopefully by the end of that tournament we'll come out and we'll be looking even better than we were tonight.
And you guys go to the Epic tournament during Christmas break, and then you come back and it's region play.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we know it's power-pointed, but we know you want to beat the teams in the region. Sholo, Blue Ridge, Holbrook, Winslow. What are you looking for moving forward the rest of the region as far as what are you going to do to help your team?
We just want to run out of the gym. We want to make no dumb mistakes, no turnovers, and just run them out of the gym.
Sounds great. So one last question. You're going to go and you're going to get on. I mean, I saw your Spotify Wrapped. I saw how many minutes you listened to this year. So you're going to go on, you're going to turn. What's going to be the first thing to play on Spotify tonight?
Congratulations, because I don't know. We got our first win and we needed that big.
Cool, so that's what it's going to be. Landon Clare, thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure, young man. Thank you. Great job tonight, and congratulations to you and your team. Look forward to seeing you the rest of the year, and good luck this weekend in the tournament.
Thank you.
That is Landon Clare, folks. That is our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. Congratulations to Landon Clare and his Lobos tonight. Landon with a great effort. Let me count up his points here. 17 points for Landon Clare, and Landon's contribution cannot be underestimated. He is everywhere with the ball. So, folks, to wrap it up tonight, your final 63-42 as the Snowflake Lobos defeat the Page Sand Devils. Thank you for Page for coming down. They have a long trip ahead of them on a Tuesday night. But, folks, for myself, for our producer Mel, for all our cameramen, for all the people that do way more than I do, we appreciate the hospitality from Snowflake. Thank you to our camera, our crew, our producer Mel West. I'm Aaron Hewish. Thank you for joining us this evening and making us part of this broadcast into your home. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the express written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airways is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.